So you have decided to become an entrepreneur. This 9 to 5 life is not for you, or you are doing it along with your 9 to 5 and you are ready to register your business. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, The Bulletproof Life. My name is Ronke Odemwumi and I'm delighted to have you here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to register your business in the UK. Yes, I'm going to be showing you. So in a few minutes we are going to move over to my laptop and I'm going to take you through the process. But before we do that, can I ask you to please press the like button because I know you are going to enjoy this video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it by pressing the red button on your right. So you have decided to become an entrepreneur. This 9 to 5 life is not for you, or you are doing it along with your 9 to 5 and you are ready to register your business. So let me tell you a few things before we go over to show you what you need to be doing on my laptop. In the UK, you can register a business either as a sole trader, limited company, or partnership. These are the three kinds of ways you can register a business in the UK largely. As a sole trader, you are personally responsible for your business debts. You also have some accounting responsibilities. It just means that you are somebody who is trading alone. If you are a sole trader, you run your own business as an individual and you are self-employed. That is what being a sole trader largely means. You can keep all your business's profits after you've paid tax on them. That is the benefit of being a sole trader. You are also personally responsible for any losses your business makes. So if your business goes into bankruptcy, it's you that's gone into bankruptcy. There are certain rules you need to follow on naming your business, even though it's your personal business, but there are certain rules you need to follow. There are some names you can't use. There are situations where you need to set up as a sole trader, and this is further outlined on the Company House website, which I will drop a link for you in the description below so you can read up on that. If you choose to register your company as a limited company, the finances are separate from your personal finance. So that's what makes it different from being a sole trader. The finances of your business are separate from your personal finances. However, there is a little bit more responsibility for you in terms of accounting and reporting your activities. A lot of limited companies use an accountant to do that, to report their performances, to report their actions and their accounting activities to the tax office. All of the things you need to be doing as a limited company is also outlined on the Company House website, where we'll be going in a minute. The third type of registration you can have, which is the partnership, is the best when you are starting a business with somebody else. So you are not the only person running the business. You have the business ownership along with somebody else. In a partnership, you and your partner share the business's responsibilities and debts. Depending on which of the three you decide to do will also impact the kind of responsibilities you have. There are additional rules and requirements if you are setting up a business to sell food, to play music in the streets, and so on and so forth. For those kind of things, you need licenses, you need permits, you need insurance. There are also rules you must follow and other requirements if your business will be selling goods online, buying goods from abroad or selling goods abroad, storing or using people's personal information. There are data laws around that. Running your business from your home, or renting somewhere to run your business from, or buying a property to run your business. All of these things have requirements which you need to follow, and they're well outlined on the UK Company House. Taking on people to help you if you are like an agency, or becoming an employer, also has requirements which you need to follow. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's pop on over to my laptop to see what Company House has to say on setting up your business. I will run you through setting up your business as a sole trader, and I will run you through setting up your business as a limited company. These are the two that is most common with people. So those are the ones we are going to be running over on my laptop. So let's go over. Okay, guys, we're here on Google. So a simple typing Company House UK into Google brings up Company House, which is the website, the UK website for registering your company in the UK. So once we are on Company House, you will find a list of activities that you can do in English and in Welsh. So we're going to stick with English because I don't speak Welsh. And then we'll scroll down and we've got here starting a company. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're not yet running the company, we're starting the company. So we click on starting a company, and here it tells you to register a company and provides a lot of guidance around incorporation and names, standard templates for the documents that you will be required to have, such as model articles of association for a limited company and the memorandum of association template. Then they talk about partnerships, which we are not going to deal with today. Like I said earlier, we're going to focus on sole trader and setting up a limited company, which are the ones that are most common with a lot of us young or new entrepreneurs. So we'll go here and set up a private limited company. There's an option for you to use an agent. That was the second option on the page, which is use a formation agent to register your company. But the whole idea of this video is to show you how to do it yourself. So we've clicked on set up a limited company step by step. Like I said earlier, limited companies are limited by shares or by guarantee. We're not going to go through all of that. You can read that on the website. And then you come here, they ask you to check if setting up a limited company is right for you. My assumption is that you've checked and you already know, which is why you're here, but they give you all the other options as well. And we will come back here to look at the sole trader option, but we're going to go down. Now it talks about rules for setting up a company name. You can't just pick a name. You can't put things like your Royal Majesty or a Royal Majesty into a company name. So you want to check if the company name you want to use is available, because if somebody else is already using that name, you will not be able to set it up in exactly that format. So let's say I want to set up my company name as Ronke Odewumi Limited. I've searched for it. The question now is, has anybody used it? No, it says no exact company name match is found for Ronke Odewumi. So I can go ahead and register Ronke Odewumi as a limited company. However, if I come back here and I type in a common name like Halfords Limited, which is an existing company that I know very well is existing. So it's told me now that the company name Halfords Limited is considered to be the same as these existing companies. This particular company is Halfords Limited. This first one has been closed, but the second one is still an existing company that was incorporated in 1909. So definitely not a name they're going to allow me to use. So we're going to go back to setting up Ronke Odewumi Limited. You know, my money maker, millionaire setup, get ready to make millions. Ronke Odewumi Limited. And I've clicked on that button that says register my company. And now it's telling me what I need in order to register. I'm going to need 3 pieces of personal information about myself and my shareholders. And in this particular case, it's me, myself, and I. But if you have other shareholders, other people that are going to own the company with you, then you need to have these details: their town of birth, their mother's maiden name, father's first name, just 3: telephone number, NI number, passport number. You just need to have 3 of these, not all of the list. They're just giving you options. It's going to cost you £12 only to register your company, and it takes 24 hours. Really something you can do yourself. You do not need to use an agent for this. So I'm going to go ahead and register now. Now it says here that I'm going to need a government gateway user ID and password for my company when you register it, and you cannot use your personal government ID. So register now. You need to have a government gateway ID. Are you starting a new application? Yes, I am. Ronke Odewumi Limited is a new company. We're going to be making loads of money, and we're just getting ready to set up. So they're going to ask a few questions, which I'm going to continue to these questions. Are you able to pay for this application using a card or PayPal? Yes, I can pay with a card or PayPal. Any directors or persons with significant control on the company house secure register? Now, secure register is a register they have for people who are victims of threatening behavior or violence and cannot risk having their home address information on the public register. This is because when you register a company in the UK, your name and your home address does go on a public register. So a person with significant control is a key shareholder or a director. So I'm not on the secure register. So are any directors on the secure register? No. I'm going to continue. Now, this is the point where I need to then create a government gateway user ID for this particular company. So you go on here and they ask you for an email address, and then they will send a code to that email address. So I'm going to put in the email address you are all familiar with, where a lot of you send me emails, and they've sent me a code. Now I'm going to put in the code they've sent me here into this box, and then it's going to take me to the next step. So I'm waiting for that code to come in. The code has come in. It's quite immediate. So I'm going to put in that code now. Continue. What is my full name? So I'm going to put in my full name now. Continue. And then it's going to ask me to create a password, which I then need to put in twice. Then they want me to put in a recovery word. So I've put in my recovery word. That is my government gateway user ID number, which they've sent to me. And now that I have that, I'm going to continue and set up a company. And they've asked me what email address I want to use for this. And I've said, yes, continue. What is your relationship to the company? I'm the company director. I'm the everything of this Ronke Odewumi Limited. Will the company be a community interest company? Now, a community interest company is a company that's set up to benefit the community, and it's more like a social enterprise. And there is a limit to how much profit it can pay to its members. Now, that is not what we're setting up. What we're setting up is a profit-making limited liability company. We're setting up a limited company because we want to use it to do something that we love, something that we're good at, and we're going to make money. So we don't want to do that. We're going to be limited by shares. Limited by shares is the common type that you would use for a limited company because you want to take profit from the company. But if you are a non-profit body like a charity or a club, then you would be limited by guarantee, and profit is rarely given to the owners and it's usually kept in the company or used for other purposes. So again, because we are here for the paper, we are here to make the money, we are here to count the dollars, we're here to count the pounds, we're going to be limited by shares and not by guarantee. Then save and continue. What is the company name? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ronke Odewumi Limited. So you can have it as long limited or abbreviation limited, but you don't add it to the name. You just put the name without the limited. And then they ask you whether you want it to be limited, long, or limited abbreviation. And I'm going to go for limited abbreviation. I don't want Ronke Odewumi Limited as the long one. So I save and continue. Let's see what it gives me. Then it's asking for the registered address. So I can claim here, or I can ask here for my address not to be publicly available, but they need an address. I'm going to put in my address here. My address is now with them. Where will the company be registered? It's in England and Wales. You could choose Scotland, you could choose Wales, you could choose Northern Ireland, depending on where your registered office is, where you want your registered office to be. Saved and continued. Give us one more way to contact Ronke Odewumi, and then I will give them my mobile number. So is the company replacing another business? No, it's not replacing another business. Save and continue. When will the company start trading? I might say it's going to start trading now because I already have a plan and I've already, I already have an idea of what I want to do. I have things ready for me to start doing it. So I'm going to say on the same day it gets set up. However, if I'm setting it up ahead of time, I can write on a different future date. And if it's a company that I'm setting up, for plans for 5 years time, because my plans is to raise some money and to come back and to work hard and then to come back later, I can say no plans to start trading or doing business yet. Now, if you choose this last one, which says no plan to start trading or doing business yet, your application, once it's approved, you're going to get a letter from HMRC explaining that you have to tell them when the company becomes active and how you go about telling them. If you pick on a different future date, they're going to ask you to enter a date at least 3 working days from now and no more than 3 years into the future. So then you put in those dates and then they bear that in mind. But I'm going to go for on the same day it gets set up, save and continue. Then they're going to say in the first 3 months, will the company do any of the following? Tell us if the company will pay interest on any non-bank loans, make royalty payments, receive interest or dividends from overseas investments. No, I'm not going to do that. To understand when your company may need to account for income tax in the future, it is best to speak to an accountant. This is a good place for you to bring an accountant on board. Once you've registered the company, please bring an accountant on board. However, if your company is going to be paying interest on any non-bank loans to a director who has loaned the company money, for example, you've taken a loan from a friend or two to put some things in place, to buy materials before you register the company, then you're going to have to say yes. And then you may need to report these payments to HM Revenue and Customs using the form CT61. After the company is set up, we will send you the form. If you are not sure about what to include on it, speak to an accountant. So that is what you need to do if your company is going to be doing any of these three things that they've talked about here. But no, we are not doing that. So we save and continue. So it says, what will the company be doing? Type in a keyword to see a list of business acts. I mean, I feel like saying making paper, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making the paper. I'm going to be making the money. But please don't type that into what your business is going to be doing. You're supposed to type something like retail. So retail means you're selling something, but there are so many things you can retail. Are you selling foods? Are you selling other things? Are you selling fruits and vegetables? Are you somebody who is going to be baking? Are you selling beverages? Are you selling automotive fuel? Are you selling telecoms equipment? There are so many things you could be selling, and they've given you a lot of options here that you need to pick, and you just simply pick one. So let's say a baker. I'm going to be selling things like bread, cakes, flour confectionaries, and sugar confectionaries in a specialized store. And then I go on and save and continue. They want you to confirm that. Now you have the option of adding a second business activity. If you are somebody who is multitasking, your business, your shop is not just going to be selling cakes, baking, and things like that. You're also going to be selling beverages, also going to be selling drinks along with your cakes and confectionaries. So you're a multitasking lady, you're a multitasking gentleman. You could even add a third business, but we're not going to do that. We're going to leave it at 2. We're already selling bread, cakes, and sugar confectionaries, and then we're going to sell some beverages along with it. I'm going to confirm and continue. And then they're asking if anyone, you or anybody else who's going to be part of this company, has ever filled a secure register form to ask for protection. I'm going to say no, because I haven't done that. Because if you've done that, then they protect your address again. So now they're asking for the director details, where I'm going to put all of that into here. What is the home address? Does Ronke Odeomi want to receive filing reminders by email? I would advise that you say yes. Try and receive filing reminders, because you will forget otherwise, especially if you're doing the filings yourself. So you want to receive filing reminders by email. I want to receive it at ronkeodeomi@gmail.com. And then we'll ask you to tell us who the company's shareholders are, tell us how many shares you want to give them, choose a value for each share, and confirm the shareholders and shares you've created. So the company must have at least one shareholder. Each shareholder must have at least one share. As I said earlier, I'm the only shareholder in this company, but if you have more than one shareholder, then you want to give them a share or divide the company according to what is agreed between you and your shareholder. Would you like to add another shareholder? No, I'm not adding anybody else. It's just me. So they've asked me again to confirm the shareholders' details. I confirm and continue. Do you want to use the most common type of shares, which is ordinary shares in British pounds? Absolutely. That is what I want to use. I don't want to do anything special. I don't want to create anything interesting. How many shares does Ronke Odeomi own? She's the only person, so she owns 1 share. And there are ordinary shares. These are ordinary shares in British pounds. And then I save and continue. This is quite a detailed form, but it's something you can do. Just hang in there. So the share value is £1. It's not linked to how much the company is worth. It's just really a setup thing. So how many shares do I have? I have 1. The value is 1, and that's it. That's it. Confirm and continue. My company is ready to be set up. Don't complicate it. You're about to set up the persons with significant control over the company, and that is me. Kept it easy. It's anybody that has more than 25% of the company, and that is me. I'm the person that has significant control over the company. Does Ronke Odeyemi have the right to appoint or remove the majority of company directors? Best believe I do. And yes, that is what I'm doing. But if you are somebody who has a shareholder who you don't want to give that kind of power, this is where you say no. You guys, I'm filling out this pseudo company details because I'm really not setting up a company. So we have to delete this thing at some point. But let's keep going. So you have model articles of association. Do you want to use model articles? Yes, I don't really want to set up something different. Do you agree to form the company? I do. I confirm that I agree. And then they want me to create an electronic signature. So this is the part where you're going to need some information. So I'm going to do my mother's maiden name, company setup, confirm and continue. You now understand that this registration application can't be changed after I proceed. You confirm and send application. So I'm not going to do that, but that is how you set up a limited liability company in the UK. So I'm going to go back now and do the same thing for a sole trader. I'm going to take you right back to the beginning. Company House UK, Company House UK, and set up a sole trading company in the UK. So starting a company again as well, set up a private limited company. Then we're going to go here and do the self-employed setup as a sole trader. You should choose the sole trader option if any of these 3 points on this table here apply. So these 3 points you're looking at, I'm not going to read them out. If they apply, then you should set up as a sole trader. So the name thing again, they've given you a lot of material on the left here around choosing a name, choosing your directors and company secretaries, deciding who the shareholders or guarantors are, and all of that. So these are the things we are going to do. It's exactly as we've done with the private limited company that we set up. So I'm not going to run through the whole form again, but this is what you do here if you're setting up for a sole trader. That's completely similar to setting up as a private limited company. They're going to be asking you to do exactly the same thing, except that your sole trader name will not include limited, or limited liability partnership, LLP, and that's it. So you're going to register your company, and it's going to be set up as a sole trader, which I said earlier has less requirements than you setting up as a limited company. Thank you very much, and let's go back to normal transmission. I hope you've enjoyed watching how to set up your own business in the UK. I hope you are ready to get a move on and register your business either as a sole trader or as a limited company. I'm rooting for you. Get on it. You can do this. There is so much support for small businesses in the UK in terms of tax discounts, fee-free bank accounts, and so on and so forth. So there's nothing stopping you from registering your business and just getting on and making all that money. I believe very much that in addition to investing your money, running a business is a great way to grow wealth. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it by pressing the red button on your right. Don't forget to press the like button on this video. Smash the like button for me so that YouTube can share this video with other people like you. I love having you as a member of this community. I really love it. So please share my channel with your friends, with your loved ones. Don't be the only one benefiting from all the bulletproofing we're doing in here. The more of us we have, the merrier. Until my next video, you take care of yourself and keep living that bulletproof life. Bye-bye.